let's talk a little bit about the so-called ABLE Act of 2014. Tell me a little bit about what is the ABLE Act.
So the ABLE Act was short for Achieving Better Life Experiences. It was legislation specifically focused on how can we support special needs beneficiaries that have long-term disabilities. So one of the challenge that we have for special needs beneficiaries is, for those who have a long-term disability, parents often want to save and put money aside for them, particularly once the parents aren't going to be around anymore. But unfortunately, it's very problematic to simply give money to a special needs beneficiary, because if they have assets, it actually disqualifies them for a lot of federal and state aid. And so if you give them money, they just end up being compelled to spend through it very quickly, since they often don't have an income source, and then end up being relying on state and federal aid anyways. One of the classic workarounds for this is to have special needs trusts, which is still an effective strategy for those that are going to put a lot of dollars aside for special needs beneficiaries. But not everyone has a lot of money to set aside. They just want to set aside what they can. And so to fill this void was the ABLE Act. And what the ABLE Act is, it created a new version of Section 529 plans, not for college savings as they've been used historically, but specifically for special needs beneficiaries. And so they're often called Section 529A plans, because we actually made a new Section 529A just to handle ABLE accounts.
And what can you invest in a 529A?
So the essence of a 529A account is similar to a 529 plan. It's going to be organized by one of the states. You'll have to use whatever the investment options are that are available from the state's plan. So it's not like an open-ended brokerage account. It's like other 529 plans. Choose from the list of available investment options, and we're expecting we'll see the usual breadth of options that we see in other 529 plans. So diversified funds and possibly some form of glide path funds. Now, the idea of the ABLE accounts is similar to college savings plans. Money gets invested, grows tax deferred, and is ultimately withdrawn tax-free if used for a special needs beneficiary. So it gives us a way to accumulate tax-free dollars in traditional 529 plans for kids that are going to college, in 529A plans for kids that are disabled and won't be able, unfortunately, to necessarily go to college and be working thereafter.